Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Uniswap. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. Now let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, for the most part, Uniswap has been in this sideways channel since the June 2022 bottom that we printed at $3.37. And then we had another dip toward that area, and that was at $3.65. And you can see we have this massive green support block from $4.44 down to $3.01, and that is based on this trading range in 2020. So we print the local high in November 2020 at $4.48 roughly, and then the bottom here at $4 or $2 actually and 95 cents in December 2020. Since then, we've absolutely crushed the price, and we pumped all the way up to $44. So from this bottom in December, we rallied 1,400%. And of course, after that, we took a massive dip alongside the entire crypto market and 92% retracement for Uniswap, which is expected for an altcoin during a bear market. And these are good buying prices in my opinion. So before you get to this upper resistance block, and anywhere below that actually is a good buying price in my opinion. So if your average buying price is somewhere up here at 20 bucks, at 15 bucks, at 35 bucks, God forbid, then you definitely want to be dollar cost averaging in at these prices so that you can bring down your buy-in price, your average buy-in price, as low as possible before the bull market kicks off. Now, just because you were sitting down here at $3.55 and you're thinking to yourself, no, $6.36 is way too expensive for me, I am not going to be buying in. And granted, we could still see a dip back to $3, even $2, maybe we even lose the green block. How possible is that? I don't know. I don't think that's very possible unless we have a flash crash, unless we have something major happening in the world that is going to cause all of the markets to dip down that low. And obviously, I keep telling you guys, don't buy these moves to the upside. Buy whenever you're dropping and try to catch the bottom prices when you think the bottom might be in. Obviously, you want to be buying even more, but at this point right now, since the local bottom we printed in June, we've rallied 75%. So do you want to be buying in right now at this very moment? Probably not. Just wait for a healthy retracement and then enter. I have a really good position in Uniswap. This is one of my top holdings in my top 10. If you want to check out my top 10 cryptos, feel free to join my Patreon community for free. There is a free post with my top 10 cryptos from my portfolio. And we're running into the same resistance level we ran into back in April 2023, a few months ago, at $6.34, and we are running into it one more time. And if we fail to break through this level and we keep closing candles below it, I think we're going to be looking at a move back down, and maybe $4.44 is going to be our next support level to hold us up. Obviously, I can't look into the future and tell you what's going to happen, but what I can tell you is that this level over here is going to be a pretty strong support level to hold us. So let me just add this to the chart. As you can see, we did have a back test of resistance here in May, and then we had a back test of support in July. And let me add the price tag. So this would be $5.22. In my opinion, a solid price to be entering. And if we take a look at the daily chart, you can see the RSI is a bit overextended. We are very close to the overbought. So maybe just to be careful, don't buy any coins at the very moment right now, even though no one knows, we may continue pushing to the upside. Maybe you'll look at some other high cap altcoins for the time being while this thing is pumping and wait for it to retrace. So you either want to buy off of the 55 EMA if you're looking for a retracement to catch, or $5.22. So it depends on what happens here. Obviously, moving into August, September, I was expecting, and I'm still expecting a bull trap. Sorry, that would be a bull trap. And this bull trap could take us all the way up to $13 here for Uniswap. So we may retrace all the way back up to this February 2022 local high, and we might just retest that and come back down from there. So we could see a move to the upside here, and from there we're gonna see a retracement. Maybe we come back down to $7 and start testing that as our support. But obviously, like I said, no one knows what's going to be happening. We can only react to what the markets give us. And I would say just being in position and being exposed to the markets is always better than not being in the markets, because at any time you can have some bullish news coming in and the prices are going to start rallying like crazy. And the fact that you're in the markets is good because you don't have to worry about buying in. Obviously, you're not afraid of missing out, and if the price dips, you can buy lower and just average in and bring that average price even lower, which is the point that I'm trying to convey here. Now, taking a look at the daily RSI, trying to zoom in a bit more, you can see we have this resistance trend line that we back tested here as support after a successful breakout. And now we're moving to the upside. A move back down to this trend line would be expected if we're looking and expecting a healthy retracement. So target this wide trend line for a potential bounce. We might come back down like this and then have a bounce from that trend line. That could be a nice entry point. And let me just take a look at the RSI and compare that with the price action. Let's see if we have any divergences. Okay, it doesn't look like we have any divergences as of right now, and if we start getting any bearish divergences, then we can potentially have more confluence to the fact that we're going to be getting a pullback. But so far, this looks like a very healthy uptrend. We just want to come back down to the 20 EMA and maybe even drop a little bit below that, just so the EMAs can catch up, the 55 and the 20 that is. And once they're back together, we can continue moving to the upside. And if we're looking for targets after we break above this resistance, what we can do is we can take a Fibonacci retracement. We take our local low here, which is the June 11th low, and we drag the fib all the way up to our local high in April. And you can see if we break $6.33, your minimal target is $7.15.5. Then we have $7.62, and then we have $8.34. Those would be your massive targets to the upside. Now let's switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40+ low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, we have two resistance trend lines, and we're trying to break above one right now, as you can see. And this upward trend line has two previous touches, and it looks like we're breaking above it right now. And the other trend line below here, as you can see, let me just change the trend line color here to yellow. So the yellow trend line was our support. So in June 2022, we had the first retest. In January 2023, we had the second retest. In March 2023, we had the third retest, and then we dropped down, obviously, and we retested this low, which was perfect. We did not lose it. Very strong, very bullish. And now we're moving to the upside, and maybe we're going to be back testing the yellow trend line as resistance after our after our loss here. So as soon as you lose a level, what you're expecting is a backtest of resistance to confirm that this is a resistance trend line from now on, and then we have the move to the downside. Now with this up and coming move to the downside, we're going to set the fib and we're going to hope for a retest of the 0.5, 0.618, whatever. But the question is, where are we going to run into resistance? And you can clearly see the 0.236 level at $6.90 is a fairly strong area. It has these previous touches here. As you can see, in a previous support touch over here, it has the 55 EMA around it, and it has the yellow trend line around it. So there is a lot of resistance in this area, and people are going to be taking profits just because they see these previous touches, and they're going to think, wow, we're going to be coming back down from that point, just like we did the last few times. Whether that will happen or not is a different question, but if you're holding for the long term, I would not be worried about us coming back down or breaking above. It is irrelevant at this point. What we need, obviously, on my channel and on my Patreon, what we talk about is we hope the bear market stays for as long as possible so that we can buy these cheap prices. But from what I'm seeing right now, Uniswap is still very cheap at $6.35. So if you don't have any coins whatsoever, I would say just wait for a retracement on the daily chart, because the RSI has started rallying. This could be a pretty strong move to the upside here moving into August and September. So maybe wait for a bit of a retracement. If we start coming back down below $6, try to enter there. Not a financial advice, but you definitely want to be in the markets if you want to catch this potential move to the upside by the end of September. Now, we have this massive Fibonacci retracement, as you can see, from the low here in June 2023 to the high in April 2021, and our minimal target during the bull market is going to be $81, and the next target is going to be up here at $114. That's the 1.414. Now, whether we get to 1.618 fib, I don't know, right? This would be quite bullish. Depends on how great Ethereum is going to be performing during the bull market, how the fees are going to be looking like. If all goes well, maybe we get to $200, but I would be more conservative and I would start taking profits at 81 all the way up to 100 to 114, and maybe just leave a little chunk to ride it out in case we get to 150, 200. But regardless, this area here is going to be making a lot of people a lot of money. So whether you buy at $6, at $5.50, when you're selling here at $100, you don't really care if you bought at $6 or $5. What's important is that you bought in during the bear market here and you're selling over here. That's the entire idea. So you don't want to be one of those people that's always expecting the price to go higher, and then those people actually end up riding the bear market all the way down to the bottom. You don't want to be one of those people. You actually want to be the ones who, in the group of people that sell here near the top, and then they wait with their money for a year or so, and then they start buying the bottom for the next run-up. And that's pretty much it for this video. It got a bit long. I do apologize. I don't want to drag this out for any longer. Thank you all for watching this video. Let me know what are your thoughts on Uniswap. I want to wish you a very happy day and take care.